Saira. So we will continue what we have discussed in the last class. So last class we have seen method of preparation of caustic soda, isn't it? So caustic soda is manufactured by a process called the electrolytic process. So when we pass electricity through brine solution, we get three products. Two products from cathode and anode, and one product is formed as the byproduct, and that byproduct is caustic soda. Caustic soda is sodium hydroxide. So now let us think about what are the uses of these three products which are formed during the electrolytic or electrolysis of brine solution. First of all, let us think about the major product only, hydrogen. What are the uses of hydrogen? First of all, hydrogen is used as the rocket fuel. You know that rocket fuel fuel is used. Rocket fuel is used, and fuel of the cell is generally in the form of gas, liquefied gas. Liquefied gas means under high pressure, gas is converted into liquid form, and these liquid gases collected in the formation of ammonia. Okay, sir. So this liquid is collected in particular arrangement. So it is function as the ठीक है. So maybe you have seen launching of rocket also, isn't it? So this fuel is used. So there one of the ingredient is hydrogen gas. So if you are interested, I will tell you that fuel cell. That fuel cell is called a hydrogen oxygen fuel cell, where hydrogen and oxygen are used. One is function as cathode, another is function as anode, and this hydrogen oxygen fuel cell is so 70% efficiency, and it is eco-friendly also. So for the preparation of this rocket fuel, hydrogen is the major ingredient. So that's why this is the first use. Second use is it is used for the hydrogenation of oil. What do you mean by hydrogenation? Maybe you have heard about the term dalda. सुना है डालडा जो ऑयल नॉर्मली है वो ऑयल लिक्विड फॉर्म में है, और वो जो सेम ऑयल है वो सॉलिड फॉर्म में भी मार्केट में मिलता है. इट इज नॉट अंडर द नेम वनस्पति घी. हाँ, वेरी गुड अंजन, because you keep responding through chat box. Very good. I am really appreciate you. कभी बात नहीं करते लेकिन हाँ solid में भी. Okay, very good Ashna. So this solid form कैसे दिखते हैं? वो तो ऐसे घी जैसे ही दिखता है कार्तिकेय, घी जैसे ही है, बट उसकी कलर है सिर्फ व्हाइट कलर ही होता है. घी इतनी प्योर घी भी एकदम व्हाइट नहीं होती है ना, थोड़ी येलोइश कलर होती है, बट ये सिर्फ व्हाइट कलर होता है. बट इट इज नॉट गुड फॉर हेल्थ. It is used for cooking, but dalda is not good for health. Okay, because it is coming under the category saturated oil. So वो प्योर भी नहीं होती. करेक्ट वेदिका, वेरी गुड. So this process conversion of oil into this dalda, vegetable ghee, it is called a vegetable ghee. वनस्पति is called a vegetable ghee. सबने सुना होगा, नहीं सुना होगा तो मम्मी लोग से पूछना आज ही, ठीक है? So वनस्पति ghee is not good for health because it is preparing from oil through the process hydrogenation, and for hydrogenation process oil is unsaturated compound, which is hydrogen is added to this unsaturated soil, and unsaturated oil it becomes saturated, and saturated oil is not good for health. Maybe you have heard about the same. Okay, and for this process hydrogen is using. So this is the second use. And third use is it is function as a reducing agent. Reducing agent for the reduction purpose, it is used for the reducing, used as the reducing agent. And another use is it is used for the manufacture of ammonia. Ammonia is used as a fertilizer, and it is used for the manufacture of fertilizer. Okay, so these are the uses of hydrogen. Now come to the next important product, chlorine. Chlorine, you know that it is a germicide, and it is also used as a disinfectant. You know that nowadays we are using for sanitizing. Chlorine is used, not directly. Chlorine is available killing bacteria. That's why it is called a germicide. Okay. Uh, Killing bacteria is called bactericidal. So one compound called the sodium hypochlorite, it is used as the source of chlorine for sanitizing purpose. So that chlorine is very important, and in order, uh, you know that for disinfect, it is used as a disinfectant. Purification of water, जहाँ में पाइप से पानी मिलते हैं, जो नॉर्मली टाउनशिप के अंदर में भी जो पाइप से पानी आता है, मे बी यू कैन नोटिस जो पानी डायरेक्ट जो सप्लाई के टाइम में, जैसे मोस्टली 1 o'clock के टाइम में जो पानी आता है उसमें क्लोरीन की स्मेल है, क्योंकि इस क्लोरीन के कंपाउंड उसमें डालते हैं. हाँ, क्लोरीनेशन. हाँ, ये हमने 9th क्लास में भी पढ़ा था ना, क्लोरीनेशन किलिंग बैक्टीरिया. तो nowadays it is not harmful. So after killing the bacteria, see how can we use that water for drinking purpose? Keep it open for some time, so the chlorine gas will be move out of water, then we can use. So the purpose is killing the bacteria and all. Okay. And moreover, suppose we want to use this same water for bathing purpose. Chlorine is not good for hair. Okay. So if you want to keep your hair healthy, so before bathing, keep water in a beaker for half an hour, not directly from the pipe. Okay. Eyes red होता है, हाँ correct, red भी होता है. So थोड़ी देर के लिए पानी नल खोल के बकेट भर के रख लो, और उसके बाद आधा घंटे के बाद फिर वो पानी यूज करना चाहिए. ठीक है, ताकि उसका डायरेक्ट इफेक्ट हमारे बाल में नहीं आएगा. ठीक है. So this is all about general thing. So anyway, chlorine is very demanding nowadays. It is used as a disinfectant, germicide. Correct. So it is used for the manufacture of bleaching powder that we are about to study today only. It is used for the manufacture of bleaching powder, and it is also used for the manufacture of PVC. सुना है PVC pipe, polyvinyl chloride. So PVC means polyvinyl chloride. So for the manufacture of PVC pipe, chlorine is one of the major ingredient. Okay. So these all are uses of chlorine. Now come to the last product, byproduct, caustic soda. What are the uses of caustic soda? And one more thing is related to chlorine. It is used as a bleaching agent. That also you can write. Then next is chlorine is not used for baking, bleaching purpose. Caustic soda is not used for baking, Kartikeya. Caustic soda is sodium hydroxide. It is very harmful. Sodium hydroxide is, it's okay. Sodium hydroxide is used for the manufacture of soap and detergent. Very important. It is used for the manufacture of soap and detergent, and it is also used for the manufacture of artificial rayon. Rayon is a type of clothing material. Yes, Ashna, it is used for the manufacture of paper even. Okay, then these are the major uses. So it is also used for the extraction of aluminium. Aluminium metal is there, that we will discuss in the next chapter of chemistry, metals and non-metals. Okay. So there aluminium, for the extraction of aluminium, sodium hydroxide is also used in the form of leaching agent. Leaching is a process in extraction of aluminium. So for leaching purpose, we are using sodium hydroxide in the form of a solvent. So this is all about a caustic soda. Now we will discuss the next topic, bleaching powder. Okay, you can write the topic name, bleaching powder. Okay, so in fact, you can see that the name itself indicate that bleaching powder is not a simple compound, not a single compound. So bleaching powder is actually it has three components, major components. It has calcium chloride, it has calcium oxychloride, and even it has water as the one of the ingredient. But for general purpose, for expressing the compound bleaching powder. So generally we are using the formula calcium oxychloride, and the formula is CaOCl2. I will write it on the board. Okay. CaOCl2.
And it is not visible, ma'am. आप
It
थोड़े
is
नीचे
not.
बैठिए.
Okay. Now is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Correct. So CaOCl2, this is the this is the representation of bleaching powder. But when you come to next class, means 11th class, you will learn the composition of bleaching powder as it is the mixture of many compound CaCl2, I'll write it down. CaCl2, CaOCl whole twice, then CaOH whole twice, then water and water. So those many compounds are present in this mixture. So that's why it is called the bleaching powder. But in our course, we have to learn only this simple representation. This is more than sufficient. CaOCl2. Got it? So directly we will discuss manufacture of bleaching powder. Manufacture. So bleaching powder is manufactured by passing dry chlorine through dry slaked lime. Passing dry chlorine, all are important. Dry chlorine. This word is important, dry. So when dry chlorine is passed through dry slated lime, dry slate lime, SLAKE, slate lime. What is slate lime? It is common name of a compound. It is calcium hydroxide. Okay, calcium hydroxide is known under the name slaked lime. So let us think about the reaction, chemical reaction which takes place. Slaked lime CaOH whole twice reacts with chlorine Cl2, and the products obtained are bleaching powder and others. CaOCl2 plus H2. CaOCl2 plus H2. Okay, the equation is balanced. So this is the method of preparation of bleaching powder. Now, what are the properties? Okay, properties, simple property we have to discuss. When we consider physical property, it is light yellowish in color, yellowish, slight. And next action is very important. When we keep bleaching powder in air, open air, then what will happen? Action, it is known under the name action of air. When we expose bleaching powder in open air, then what will happen? Okay, so let us see that when we keep bleaching powder in open air, you know that air atmosphere is full of different gases, and the major components are nitrogen and oxygen. Besides that, there is one more component is there, but it is present in very small proportion, and that is none other than carbon dioxide. So this bleaching powder reacts with carbon dioxide, forming two products CaCO3 plus Cl2. CaCO3 plus Cl2. These are the products obtained when we expose bleaching powder in air. Okay, so this is very important. Calcium oxychloride reacts with the carbon dioxide, forming calcium carbonate and chlorine. Okay, now let us think about what will happen when it reacts with acid. When it reacts with acid, then what will happen? Okay, When it reacts with acid, which acid we can take? Hydrochloric acid, CaOCl2 plus X. So then can you guess which are the products obtained? Which are the products obtained? So the major product is calcium chloride and the other product is chlorine, Cl. Calcium chloride, wait, not Cl2, wait. It is HCl, hydrochloric acid. HCl is there. Now we can balance the equation. CaCl2, calcium is balanced, but chlorine is not balanced. Okay, so HCl2. We can write it like this. Okay, HCl2. It is called the oxychloride, hydrogen oxychloride, HCl, CaOCl2 plus HCl. We get this. This is the product. These are the products obtained. Now, what will happen in the next time? This is a highly unstable compound. Which one? HCl. Okay, this HCl undergo decomposition. HCl undergo decomposition forming HCl plus O. And this oxygen is known under the name nascent oxygen. Nascent means a newly formed oxygen. Newly formed oxygen is there. This is function as an oxidizing agent. And because of this oxygen, chlorine or bleaching powder is function as a bleaching agent. So bleaching. Kartikeyan, what do you say? Repeat.
मैम थोड़ा सा नीचे कर दीजिए.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it okay? So, nascent oxygen means newly formed oxygen. So, this oxygen is responsible for bleaching action of bleaching powder. Okay. So, this is all about general reaction. Now, let us think about uses. What are the uses of bleaching powder? First is it is used as a bleaching agent for cotton and all. So that's why it is used in textile industries and paper industry. So maybe sometimes you can see that newspaper which is available in the market, it is of pale yellow color. Right, Saurav. It is an oxidizing agent. Correct. It is pale yellow in color, not pure white. And this pale yellow color is due to the incomplete bleaching of paper. So, if the bleaching action is incomplete, it appears in pale yellow color. Okay. So, next use you can remember, it is used for sterilization purpose. Sterilization. Okay. Now, another last one, it is also used for making unshrinking wool. Wool, wool is shrinking material, shrink ho jata hai. But artificial wool is prepared by using bleaching powder, which do not undergo any shrinking. So it is used for the manufacture of unshrinking wool. Unshrinking wool means so it is used in the field of textile industry. So that's why it is using there in that form. So this is all about bleaching powder. Now let us think about the next topic. Very simple topic, baking soda. Or baking soda, you know the formula, baking soda. Baking soda. What is the formula of baking soda? NaHCO3. Chemical name you have to write. Sodium hydrogen carbonate, or it is also known under the name sodium bicarbonate. Both are correct. Okay. First of all, method of preparation. So when I say method of preparation, so I will say only one statement, one sentence. And that one sentence include three equations. Okay, chemical reaction. So that is why it is important. Take care of that. And the name of the process is called the solvent process. This is the process through which baking soda can be manufactured, solvay process. Okay, baking soda is manufactured by using the process Solvay process. What is Solvay process? Simple way I can say, when ammoniated carbon dioxide pass through brine solution, sodium bicarbonate is obtained as one of the product. This is the simple statement. I will repeat, when ammoniated carbon dioxide, I will write it down on the board. Ammoniated carbon dioxide. Ammoniated carbon dioxide pass through brine solution. Ammoniated carbon dioxide pass through brine solution. We get baking soda as one of the product. Okay, because it is partially soluble in water, that we can separate it out as a precipitate which is filtered and dried. Now look at the statement. When ammoniated carbon dioxide pass through brine solution. In this single sentence, 4 reactants are there. Which are they? Which are the 4 reactants? From that we will write the equation. Ammoniated means ammonia is there. Carbon dioxide is there. Brine solution means that we have learned yesterday, NaCl plus H2O. All these 4 reactants are coming in the reaction. But in the first equation, no, all are not coming. So I will give 3 equations. All the 3 equations are very, very important. So this is the simple way of learning manufacture of baking soda. You try to write it down. Okay. I hope it is clear to you. Now I will write the equation. Which are the process? 3 steps. First step contains 3 reactants. NH3 plus CO2 plus H2. These 3 reactants combine together, forming a single product, NH4HCO3. And write down the name of the product, ammonium bicarbonate, or it is also known under the name ammonium hydrogen carbonate. Okay, so this is the first product obtained in the reaction mechanism. Okay, now we will write this again here, NH4HCO3, which is the reactant left, sodium chloride. Okay, we can write the same equation, then I will tell you how to write the net equation. Okay, when these 2 are combined together, we get 2 products, which are the NaHCO3 plus NH4CO3. NaHCO3, you know what is that? NaHCO3 is sodium bicarbonate. And what is this? Ammonium chloride. These are the 2 steps. 2 steps for the manufacturing process. Now I will show you how to write the equation, last equation. Add these 2 equations. Add. How to add the equation? You know that this is present in left side and it is also present in the right side. So we can cancel this. Okay, now add. Add means what? Reactants you can write in one side together, product you can write another side. So which are the reactants? NH3 plus CO2 plus H2O plus NaCl gives NaHCO3 plus NH4CO. So this is the equation for the manufacture of baking soda. If you know how to learn this equation directly without the help of these 2, most welcome, no harm. But those who are interested to learn in this way, because this is the basic of writing the reaction mechanism in the next year, 11th class. So practicing with the same in 10th class, it is not harmful for you. Okay, those who can understand these equations, then write an equation, most welcome. Okay, those who could not do that, write this last equation. This is more than sufficient. NH3 plus CO2 plus H2O plus NaCl giving NaHCO3 and ammonium chloride. Out of which sodium bicarbonate, that means baking soda is partially soluble in water. That's why we can precipitate very long equation. Of course, it is a long equation, but it is easy to remember. You can remember this sentence: ammoniated carbon dioxide when passed through brine solution. So it is understood 4 components are there, 4 reactants. Then it is easy to write the product even. Okay. So as you wish, you can try to find out your own way of learning. Okay. No harm. Now, since it is partially soluble in water, sodium hydrogen carbonate, which we can separate it out as a precipitate, which is filtered and dried. In this way, we can prepare baking soda. Okay, so this method of preparation is very important. Manufacture is very important. Okay. Now let us think about some properties of baking soda. Okay, first property is it is exists in the form of a white crystalline solid, and of course it is partially soluble in water. Partially means sparingly soluble in water. Okay, now you can write when baking soda reacts with water, what are the products of it? Okay. NaHCO3 plus H2. Very simple way you can write the equation. First we get NaOH, then we get H2CO3. Sodium hydroxide and carbonic acid. You know that carbonic acid is H2CO3, which is a weak acid. Okay, this is the first equation you can remember. Sodium hydrogen carbonate reacts with water forming NaOH and H2CO3. And next is very important equation. What is the action of heat on baking soda? What happens when baking soda on heating? So let us write that NaHCO3 on heating. What will happen? We get 3 products Na2CO3 plus CO2 plus H2. Balance equation 2 NaHCO3, Na2CO3, CO2 plus H2. Correct. So this equation is very important. Okay, this is the action of heat on baking soda. And last equation that you can remember, what is the action of acid on baking soda? What is the action of acid? NaHCO3 then react with the hydrochloric acid. You know that this one when react with an acid, major 2 products are there. One salt is formed and water is formed. But since it is a carbonate, we get carbon dioxide. So this is the way you can remember the product NaCl plus water. These are the 2 common products. Since it is a bicarbonate, we get carbon dioxide as the third product. So these are the 3 products formed when baking soda reacts with the hydrochloric acid. Okay, so these are the 3 chemical reactions. Got it? Now, next topic is what are the uses of baking soda? Uses. First use you can write. It is used as an antacid. Suppose we have acidity problem in our home. Immediate home remedy is take a glass full of water, then add 1 spoonful of baking soda, then dissolve it completely and have it. It will reduce the acidity in stomach, because acidity is due to the secretion of more hydrochloric acid inside the stomach. When we add baking soda inside stomach, neutralization takes place. Isn't it? Got it? This is the first use we can remember. Next is it is used as an additive in food and drinks. Additive. We are adding this for making some other things. Like baking soda is used for the preparation, or we can say manufacture of baking powder. Both are different. It is used for the manufacture of baking powder. Baking powder. Baking powder is a mixture of two components. First one is baking soda and second one is sodium salt or some edible acids. Edible acid, that means we can consume that acid. It will not create any problem, side effect in our body. Like citric acid. You know that citrus fruit, all citrus fruits has this particular component, citric acid. It will not create any problem in our body. Okay. And second is tartaric acid. Tartaric acid is another edible acid which is present in tamarind. Tamarind, imli, आप सबको पता है tamarind. So these are considered as edible acids. Okay. So these edible acids, either citric acid or tartaric acid plus baking soda. That mixture is known under the name baking powder. Okay. Now, during baking, what will happen? During baking process, what will happen? Let us see. So the compound which is present is NaHCO. This is baking soda and edible acid. Edible acid means generally acids are those compounds which contain H plus. H plus is there. Acid representation H plus. These two combine together, we get Na plus CO2 plus H2. Carbon dioxide, you know that when we are making dough of cake, this carbon dioxide is trapping inside the dough. So when we start baking the dough, what will happen? These carbon dioxide slowly, gradually coming out of the dough, which make the cake spongy. Okay, so if baking powder is added to the dough, so that make a very spongy cake and very delicious cake because of the presence of these edible acids like citric acid and tartaric acid. Suppose we forgot to add baking soda, then it become very hard in nature. So this is all about baking powder. Okay, so this is all about today's class. So we'll continue in the next class. Okay.